Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Leadnap Gaming. I asked and you answered, so this week it's all about the Nomad.
Systems activating. Systems on.
My father always used to say I had wanderer's legs.
No, I didn't just show you that to bring back the nostalgia of yesteryear, a glorious pre-pandemic CitizenCon where our greatest dreams unrolled before our eyes. I do, though, want you to remember a lot of that as we launch into talking about the Nomad. So, what is the Nomad? Well, that's the whole point of today, but if you follow the SC Leaks Discord, you probably already know. It's the new refining ship that'll be priced super low, giving players the lowest entry point into a profession, just like the Mantis is a heavy fighter. Look, I can be wrong, and I too was wrong about the Mantis, but not that it wasn't going to be a heavy fighter. I could be wrong about this too, but today I'm going to paint for you a picture about why, like so many other things, the SC Leaks team and some of the other content creators out there might have this one wrong. The Nomad is not going to be a refinery ship. CIG screws up plenty, but the one thing they excel at is marketing, both in and outside of lore. Take this upcoming ship, for example, that we know a lot more about, Perseus. Now, if I tell you that it's a massive gunship, you instantly think, oh, it's an RSI Hammerhead, right? Well, not really, because the Hammerhead's an escort, intended to kill light fighters. Perseus has massive slow-firing guns meant to do massive damage to big ships, hence being named after a Greek god who slayed monsters. Sort of like how the Herald's a hard drive with a massive rocket engine attached, to quickly transport a message like a Herald does. Or looking at today's new hotness, the Star Runner, a ship that's best known in lore for its cruising speed. Or how the Hercules Starlifter is named after the Roman god associated with great strength. See, CIG doesn't just randomly name ships, and especially when we get into industrial ships, the names suggest their intended purpose. If I tell you the name Reclaimer, you already can conclude what it does, right? So we have the Prospector, the Mole, wrong Mole, there we go, and the Nomad. Yep, that makes sense. Just like how the Mantis is a terrible name for a heavy fighter. I mean, you sometimes accidentally step on one of these cool guys. Praying mantis are not known for their ferocity, unless you're a male one after impregnating a female, but rather how they capture their prey. Huh, what a great name for a ship that captures its prey. So obviously the name thing goes against the refinery route here, sure, but hey, the Orion's a mining ship, and almost none of Orion, the Greek god's mythology, involves any sort of mining. He was a warrior. And per usual, this is where the attention swings to current events. CIG is throwing us those sweet new refinery decks with all the cool new content for them. So, of course they're going to give us a new refinery ship to cap it off, right? No. This is CIG we're talking about. When they release a new planet, all the missions are moved to be around that planet only. Why? Because they want you to test the new planet for bugs and issues. So why would CIG spend all that time developing refinery decks with all this content involved in them, and then let you bypass all of it? That just isn't how CIG works. I've long said we need a refinery ship, and no one disagrees. But given everything CIG just told us, we may never see one, and certainly not a small one. After all, these refinery decks are massive. CIG is telling us in their world refinery operations, just like in real life, are not performed on the small scale. The Orion is supposed to be able to refine, but the Orion is also one of the largest ships in the game. CIG really went above and beyond on refining too. This isn't just put minerals in, get metal out. CIG demonstrated last week that they're following real examples with various refining methods to get different results. That means, again, that if you have a refinery of your own, you're going to have various subcomponents available to perform the different techniques. The very real truth we should face is deep space miners may be forced to either Orion or transport their raw materials back to known space to get it refined. There's no mom and pop refineries in real life for a reason. So, what is a Nomad?
My father always used to say I had wanderer's legs. Through all my travels, through all the trials of the unknown, I came to realize that there was really only one thing I'd been looking for. A place to call home.
Ah, yes, a wanderer, a person or people who have no permanent abode and who travel from place to place. Now, where has CIG recently hinted at this for us? Oh, right, all that homestead talk. This is what I think the Nomad is really going to be about. Some sort of a settlement ship, a small builder perhaps, something that allows you to establish a settlement and perhaps pack it back up and move on to the next spot, which would be pretty cool. This makes sense as well if Consolidated Outland is the builder, something we don't know for sure, but we've seen a lot of rumors for. The Pioneer is the only current concept that builds anything, and CIG has said they're really going back to the drawing table on that ship, wanting it to be able to do so much more than just simple prefab stuff. Which suggests then that small prefab sorts of things are exactly what an inexpensive traveling builder ship might offer. You won't build cities, but a small homestead site with some hydro farms or something? Very possible. Then again, the ship itself might just be some sort of a deployable structure, a Winnebago of the stars. However, these are a lot of possibilities that are exciting because they bring something to the game we've not yet had. Originally, Star Citizen wasn't going to be a survival game, and the mechanics of that were supposedly going to be optional. I think CIG realized what the rest of us knew. You can't really make that optional. Either you have to eat or not. Now, though, that we've turned the page, that we're temperature sensitive and reliant on food and drink, giving us a ship we can live on as a star colonist is an awesome and much desired outcome. Now, of course, we don't have a verse of planets to visit, and construction isn't yet a working profession in the game yet. So how could they give us a building ship when they release refineries? Well, the purpose of the ship not being in game has never stopped CIG before. Even so, even if we did just get the space camper from it, being able to log in and out from our own private corner of the current verse will be very cool. It would give us so much more reason to really hunt down a favorite vista on Microtech, or see how close we could build to a restricted area on Daymar. Just thinking. The other thing that can't be certain but is entirely possible is that the Nomad will be straight to flyable. After the Rock, we've not seen a straight to flyable concept for this year. We're getting the Talons, but I have had a hunch that this will be another instant grab. The industrial builds are first out the gate this year, meaning that Friday we should see the Nomad or whatever it is release. As the Perseus is probably nowhere near flight ready, it would follow the general trend for a high option and a low option with one available in game and one that's not. Is there a fixed rule for this? No. After all, the Star Runner may take the stage for the new in-game flyable. Anyhow, no matter what, for a number of you looking to build better fleets this year, here's a good option on an LTI token to CC you with, if nothing else. So let's talk in the comments below. What do you think the Nomad will be? As always, don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you all next time.